Welcome to Unity in Action. On this Family Day, we are coming together to celebrate the values of unity, compassion, and solidarity. Last year, during our Invest in Earth Day initiative, Impact Ecosystem united nonprofit leaders, impact-driven entrepreneurs, and individuals committed to investing in our shared home, planet Earth. Connections were forged, and aspirations were shared. Earlier this year, Invest in Earth Day 2.0, held on April 17th, 2024, witnessed the unveiling of Donor Money, a philanthropic gifting currency. We're now not merely dreaming of a better world, we're actively constructing it. We are proactively designing collaborative workshops focused on the transformative power of donor money through brainstorming and networking. It's a cooperative opportunity where regenerative, philanthropic, and positive impact organizations converge to innovate and inspire. Through this initiative, we're showcasing how money can transcend transactional value, becoming a force for meaningful change. Each participating individual will receive a philanthropic gift card worth $250, and participating organizations will receive a minimum grant of at least $1,000 of donor money, symbolizing our commitment to empower individuals, communities, and ecosystems. With every exchange of donor money, we're co-authoring a new narrative for human civilization. By embracing money with purpose, we're forging pathways to a future where humanity and the planet thrive in harmony. In this journey, every contribution, no matter its size, holds significance. It's about collectively nurturing our Earth and uplifting each other. Be part of embracing money with meaning. Join Unity in Action, a $5 million matching campaign where we co-create a future where our planet flourishes and our spirits soar.
I'm going to walk you through our matching campaign because that's the focus today. So Impact Ecosystem is going to match up to $5 million of grants. So, but let's start with a little prompt here. Who is fundraising right now or will be in the future? It's pretty hard, isn't it? Imagine if you could, if in exchange for the funds that you're receiving, you could also offer supporters immediate monetary credit that they could give to another organization of their choice. Would that make your fundraising job a little bit more easy, whether it's in the nonprofit space or as a startup or as a fund for that matter, an impact fund? So here's kind of the agenda I have set out for today. We're going to discuss donor money. It's a unique philanthropic gifting currency, and we'll get into what that actually is and what that means. We're going to discuss the donor money matching pool. We'll go through some things there. We will discuss a little bit of how philanthropic currency is a missed opportunity. We're going to give a chance for questions and answers after the discussion of the matching pool. So if anyone has any questions, and if you feel free to raise your hand and we can disrupt the flow, and if you have a pressing question before then. But if not, after the matching pool, then as time permits, we'll get into the benefits of creating a currency, how printing $100 bills is U.S. most profitable export, and we'll also discuss like airline currencies, some donor money basics, and building a regenerative philanthropic currency. Time permitting. I want to be respectful of everyone's time, so we'll see how we do. All right. What is donor money? It's the philanthropic gifting currency, but what does that really mean? Is it a cryptocurrency? No, it's not a cryptocurrency. It has elements of a charity gift card like Tis Best or Global Giving does. It also has elements of airline or credit card rewards like miles or points. But really, it's a cross between all three of these things. So that's what donor money is. That's a simple way of looking at it. It's a gifting currency, so it acts like a gift card. It can act as a rewards currency as well. And it also combines some elements of cryptocurrency, even though it's not blockchain or a cryptocurrency. It can be sold by organizations. It's not being sold by individuals at this point. So we're granting it to organizations, and they are distributing it or selling it, either gifting it or selling it to their supporters. All right, this creates a circular flow of funds. Philanthropy currently tends to be very linear. The money goes to the nonprofit, goes to the cause, then they have to go back to the donor again. So donor, nonprofit, cause, donor, nonprofit, cause. We actually create a mutual exchange by giving the supporter donor money. All right, so let's get into our matching campaign. So it's a $5 million matching campaign. So how does it work? We're also providing $250,000 of immediate liquidity. All right, so the matching campaign has a lot of traditional elements of nonprofit matching campaigns. Hopefully everyone knows how those work. They encourage donors to make a gift. Someone else has agreed to match that gift. Sometimes they double the match. Sometimes it's a fraction of it. Sometimes they triple it. It can be different things. But that's a very well used model and successful model. We're doing it a little bit differently in that matching amounts are distributed both to the donor and to the organization, right? All 2024 transactions are eligible for matches, all right? And what does that mean? That means that if you already have raised funds so far this year, we don't want those supporters to be left out. So they're eligible. Those either gifts or investments or whatever you have are eligible for a 2024 match. So you can actually reach out to them and say, hey, I'm not asking for more money. We are actually offering you a chance of a gift of donor money just for being our supporter already this year. And all they have to do is set up a donor money account, and then they get the gift. Impact investors, businesses, and impact funds are also eligible. So that's a little bit different. Philanthropy is big, but we're trying to incorporate not just philanthropy, but impact, any positive impact that's out there. And another difference is matches are higher for smaller transactions and for nonprofits. We don't want to be matching, say, a guy who invests $1 million into a fund 1-for-1, but on a $50 match, we'll double that match, a $50 gift. Well, if we have time, we'll talk about our sort of 2, 3, 4 philosophy, distributing at least 2% of the match to at least 3 different people or organizations for the first 4 months, and our 20-30 philosophy of holding on to at least 20% of your donor money until 2030. All right. So all matches are distributed in donor money. Donor money is designed to rise in value. And I already said that Impact Ecosystem will pick up, buy back to provide immediate US dollar or fiat currency of your choice liquidity of up to $250,000. All right, so the total matching pool of $5 million, $250,000 max per organization. Max per individual is $12,500. The total impact, Impact Ecosystem is buying back is $250,000. So that's real, what some people might call real cash, US dollars or what have you. And for each organization, that'll be a minimum of a 5% of their side of the match. All right. Really, we have more than 5% per organization. It's really average is about 10%. But we're guaranteeing to do at least 5%, and then the rest will be distributed to some organizations maybe that are doing good things, just starting out, need to get a little bit of traction. All right, so let's walk through the percentages. I talked about them a little bit, but up to the first $50, we're going to match at 200%. From $50 to $1,000, we'll be matching at 20%. From $1,000 to $100,000, we'll match at 10%. and 100,000 plus we're matching at 1%. This is for nonprofits, all right? So for impact organizations, funds, we have a little different, matching pool because people are transacting with you, they're getting something in exchange already. So we're being a little more generous with the matches for people who are just giving a pure gift to a philanthropic organization rather than someone who, let's say, is investing or buying a product. So here's an example. So $50 becomes a $100 match in donor money. Using a current donor money price of $2, that means that 25 DM go to the donor, 25 DM go to the organization. All right, so that's each DM's worth $2. So each of them are getting $50 worth of DM on a $50 gift to an organization. If it's a $5,000 gift, and by the way, we have a spreadsheet that calculates these things online, so you don't have to do it by hand. But 5,000 becomes a $690 match. All right, so that ends up being $172.50 to the donor, $172.50 to the organization. All right, so they're splitting that $690, and again with a $2 price of donor money. All right, 50,000 match would be $5,190, or 50,000 donation, over 5,000 match, and each are getting almost 1,300 donor points. All right, so for investors, so these would be people investing into a startup, an impact fund, that type of thing, and these aren't just any investors. Everyone we've invited to the event is in the impact space. And one thing I'll say and encourage everyone to do, and I appreciate everyone giving us your time today, is create some time to, build relationships with other people in the impact space, right? And, other people out of it, not just the transactional relationships for people that are like directly in your business, right? But a little bit the broader space, because, even if we spend 90% of the time working with blinders on and working the hardest we can on the problem, the area we've chosen to solve, right? And that's good because people need to work hard in a particular area. It's good to leave a little bit of time to collaborate with others, to see what they're doing and to see how you guys can help each other. All right. So with that, looking at these funds and startup investors, the matches, and again, this is split exactly the same way. Half goes to the organization, the business or the fund. Half goes to the the investor. 5% on the first 1,000, 2% up to 100,000, and then over 100,000 is a 1% match of donor. So let's see what that equates to with $100,000 investment, say. So that would be a $2,030 match. So each, the organization and the individual would each get a little over 507 donor money coins. All right. Do we have any questions so far? I'm going to go off screen share here and see if anyone has any questions, any hands raised. Okay, hey, Enoch, I see you got your hand up. Do you want to pop in and come off mute and ask your question?
Yes. I'm not able to share my face because I'm in a place where there is some darkness. Kenya has been experiencing some floods, so we have got some electricity cut out since yesterday. So you are not able to see me, but it's good if I speak. Actually,
sure, yeah, no, we really appreciate you creating the space for us and giving us your time and the little bit of electricity that you do have to be able to join us.
Yes, and I'm really appreciative also. Actually, I understand about the donor money because Sir Matt Elston has highlighted to me. He has really told me about it. And now my question is, being a founder of a non-profit here in Kenya, in Kakuma refugee camp, and working in the space of climate, especially climate literacy, and promoting climate adaptation and mitigation practices together with climate justice. How can I come in full swing? Because I want to expand my network. I want to learn more about this, and how can I benefit, not monetarily as per se, but even in terms of networks, in terms of sessions, in terms of knowing so much about this impact ecosystem. Thank you.
Sure. So that's a great question. So, right now we're focusing in on the rollout of donor money and the matching campaign, and we do have a demo site for the transactions in donor money. So we're working still on a few features on that site before we officially go live. We are actually reporting transactions that have taken place. I've been paying the team with donor money, and we've been buying it back through Impact Ecosystem and my company, Sir. So we do actually have real live transactions that have been taking place, but the UX isn't live. It's just in demo mode. Some of you guys have demoed it, I believe already, and I appreciate that. Eventually, longer term, we want to feature different organizations. So Enoch, we could feature you on our website. That's not the immediate thing that we're working on, but we have had a number of events. We had Invest in Earth Day 2023, which different organizations got a chance to kind of pitch and to network with each other, and we put those YouTube videos up. You can see those at investinearthday.org. We did a different event for Invest in Earth Day 2024. And, in that event, that was more of a collaborative workshop, much more participatory than this event, say, where we had a lot of breakout rooms, chances to meet other people and to collaborate. So that's what we're doing currently. We're going to have a series of events. We are going to have a advisory board for donor money. The advisory board members will meet once a month. And so that will offer some networking opportunities. It will also offer, people will be paid for their time with donor money. We're paying $3,000, or I think it's actually $4,000 per month with that you can then, gift to an organization of your choice with that, or I think if someone works with an organization, I forget how we structured that, whether it was $1,000 immediate, but anyways, that will offer some networking opportunities, right, as well. So yeah, does that kind of answer your question, Enoch?
Yes, it has answered my question, and I'm willing to be part of this journey. Yes.
All right. Awesome. And we also, this event today is actually a reoccurring event that we're going to have, pretty regularly, probably once a week. I got a little feedback on someone there. I'm not sure who that was. All right, cool. Does anyone else have any questions? Otherwise, we'll get into some of the things with donor money itself. So, let me know before I start sharing my screen, but we'll, all right. So we believe a collective of positive impact orgs can support and benefit from their own currency, right? So if you think about it, there's a lot of organizations that have currencies. Some are collaborative efforts and some are sort of more independent efforts. A lot of the most successful airline currencies, miles programs, they've brought in a lot of different partners with, so those tend to be fairly collaborative. Many of the, currencies really are about agreement, and the more people on the network, the better. So why should the nonprofit space have their own currency? Well, the U.S. has over $2 trillion in philanthropic assets with 500 billion donated annually. And that's not even the full amount of actually the transactions that take place in the nonprofit world. Just in the US, I believe it's over $1 trillion of nonprofit transactions, because more money actually is transacted in that aren't donations with nonprofits, like school tuition. You have an independent school, they're set up as a nonprofit, but the parents or whoever pays tuition, right? Students pay tuition. So that doesn't count in this $500 billion number. Almost half of, so I was saying that, and worldwide, nonprofits employ approximately 7.4% of the workforce. In the US, that's over 10%, actually. All right. I'm sorry. All right. So money's a powerful tool. It can influence behavior. People that get tied into an airline program tend to fly that airline. People are mining Bitcoin because Bitcoin's being rewarded, right? So, currency can also unite people. Common currencies, have people working together and sort of a sense of unity, as shown with the euro and other currencies. I think one of Bitcoin, I don't own any Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin's a great idea in some respects. I don't like the energy use. I think the rewards could be going for good as opposed to just burning energy. But I have a ton of respect for the Bitcoin community. They've really united behind the currency. And they've been able to redistribute purchasing power. Bitcoin's gone from zero to over $1 trillion in value in 15 years. Pretty amazing stuff, what currencies can do. It's a profitable and growing industry. So I already mentioned about $100 bills being the US's most profitable export. United Airlines got a $5 billion loan in 2020 against the $20 billion value of their Mileage Plus program. Over $2 billion of cryptocurrency has been donated to nonprofits, which is fantastic. But this actually represents less than 0.1% of the total crypto market valuation capitalization. Mentioned about Bitcoin and gold. While gold requires physical labor, most of these currencies we're talking about actually come out of thin air and really are about an agreement to use the currency. So it's a community and an agreement to use that gives it value. So in the case of the US dollar, $24 billion on average for the past 5 years, ending in March of 2024, was created on a weekly basis. 24 billion a week. It was over $1 trillion a year of new US dollars. That's how much the money supply, the M2 money supply, increased. Pretty amazing. Gold, that's on a weekly basis, $5 billion worth of gold at today's prices are being mined. Bitcoin, the new mining of Bitcoin that's coming online, when I checked the prices, this was, I think, May 1st prices, actually, around May 1st, was almost $2 million per week. And Ethereum, over 90 million per week. So being able to create a currency has a lot of value. And that's why I think, one of the reasons I think the philanthropic community can do it, should do it. And they can do it because it's a huge community if we would work together. All right. So this gives you an idea of how, despite this $2 billion being given to philanthropy from crypto, that's just such a small fraction of the crypto pie. By creating a successful currency, we can get a much bigger fraction of that crypto pie. All right. So regenerative philanthropy, building community with circular funding. Let's get into how donor money works. And how are we on time here? Let me. All right, we're actually looks like we're doing pretty good here. So the basics of donor money. Donor money is granted to positive impact organizations, right? All individuals, businesses, and organizations can donate, gift, or grant donor money. All right, so everyone can do that, even governments if they want to. Positive impact organizations can trade, sell, and barter with donor money. So we're not allowing individuals at first to barter with it or sell their donor money. They actually have to use it as a philanthropic gift card. And they can give it to a positive impact organization. It doesn't have to necessarily have official tax status in their country, right? So it gives them more flexibility on their gifting, right? But if they do want to receive the fair market value of their donation as a write-off, at least in the US, it has to be a 501c3, all right? But we don't restrict it. That's up to the individual donor to choose, the individual participant, all right? And all transactions are recorded on the donor money ledger, which, you know, we have right now. We have well, this isn't live yet. It's our demo account that's actually live. So it's demo.donor.money, which is live. The website is live, and you can get to demo.donor.money from there. All right, so let's walk through kind of an example. Better World receives a 10,000 DM grant from Impact Ecosystem, right? And those, you guys can help choose who gets those grants by participating on our advisory board. So, you know, we're not just doing this as a dictator, we're doing this collectively together. All right. So Ian Jones, he's been a supporter of Better World, which is a fictitious, maybe there's an NGO with that name. I just picked one out of the hat. He wants to support Better World, so he purchases 6,000 of donor money, right? And at this example, donor money had a price of $1, right? Now it's up to $2, but then it was $1 when I wrote up this example. All right. So he writes a $6,000 check to Better World. He gets the 6,000 donor money coins. All right. Better World records the sale. Ian Jones can see his account. From this account, he decides he's going to gift 2,000 of donor money to Smarter World, Inc., right? Which isn't a nonprofit, but he wants to support them. So he decides to give them 2,000 of his donor money. All right. And he donates another 2,000 to Healthier World organization. All right. Which is a nonprofit. So for that donation, he gets a tax write-off, depending on his tax situation in which country he's in. This isn't financial or tax advice because I don't know everyone's individual situation. In some cases, probably aren't qualified to comment on it. All right. So Smarter World and Healthier World can donate, gift, grant, sell, or barter with their donor money, and even use it as employee compensation or bonus or for customer loyalty. All right. So donor money, you know, is a gifting currency. It's mutually exchangeable between organizations and their supporters. So we're creating a two-way exchange that combines the philanthropic gift cards, supports rewards, supporter rewards, you know, like a rewards or a loyalty currency. It offers, and I don't have time to get into this all today, but it offers a lot of different tax efficiency angles. We've been ideating on this for quite a while. We've gone through some different versions of how we can build strong communities, and it really helps with having a circular funding model. All right. Oops. All right. So if you want to learn more, you can visit donor.money or contact myself. Rest of the team, you know, can be found, some of them at least, hello at IE Money. We got Abhishek, Manish, Rima, several others that you can connect with. And we'll be holding these meetings, and I'm going to go off screen share and see if anyone has some questions now. We're doing pretty good on time, so we got about 8 minutes. And if we don't have questions, we'll give you guys back a little bit of time on your day. So does anyone have any questions? I saw Timo joined us for a little bit. I don't know if he's still here. He's got Basin Capital, which is trying to do one of the things we're really excited about and think is necessary is properly valuing natural capital. Jill Wagner from the Big Island of Hawaii she's restoring ecosystems to their natural state. Of course, she could argue with Gary sometimes as to what the natural state should be. But she's got a great seed bank going, and she does a lot of educational opportunities with that for nonprofits and impact businesses who want to educate and learn more about the importance of saving seeds. I saw one question. I think I should look at the chat because I actually don't have the. My apologies. It popped up for a second. I have where is my chat? Chat. Okay. I see a few things in there. Yeah, if everyone wants to introduce themselves in the chat and network with each other, please please do that. I should have put that up. Yeah, so Rona asked a question here. Have you factored in the BRICS desire to move away from USD into Bitcoin? So maybe you can come off mute. I thought the BRICS were looking at like some commodities-based currencies, which I actually, on a personal level, think makes a lot of sense. Going into Bitcoin, I understand why they would want to do that. I don't think it's I think it could be a profitable journey into Bitcoin, at least temporarily. You know, I don't think Bitcoin's going to zero. It could go lower. I don't hold it because of the energy use. But you know, I understand with the limited supply why it appeals to people. And by the way, that's one of the things we copied from Bitcoin and learned from Bitcoin. So Rona, did you want to add anything about, because I honestly haven't read as much on them, what their Bitcoin moves are right now. So I don't feel, you know, fully up on that. All right. She said maybe she could be wrong about the Bitcoin card. All right, good question. When do we go live? So in essence, the back end of the database is already live. So we're already recording transactions. In terms of the front end UX, we're still in demo mode. And so, you know, we've been making some grants. We've had some people buy some donor money to support organizations. So that part, in essence, is live. It's just we're not connecting to that via our UX right now. So I don't know if Manish, are you around? Do you want to kind of jump in and maybe help me out a little on what you see as the timeline for the UX going live? Are you here, Manish?
Yes, ma'am. So as we speak, hi everyone. Thank you for everyone to join this. As we speak, the UX should be done within another 3-4 days and another 2 days of testing. Let's say best case scenario, within 1 week, everything will be done. And yes, and we're also making sure there's other upgrade and features which we're doing. So within time, you can get to know in the second phase, there's more things which we're doing. And many of you here who will be in the wait list, you'll get to experience this in the first hand. Yes, that's one I wanted to share.
Yeah, so I think what we're going to do is really the demo version is pretty workable right now. We want to test the latest rollout of the demo of what they're working on now in the demo version, and then we'll put it on the live version, basically. So if you guys have donors or supporters that want to purchase your donor money from you, let me know, because we will get those transactions into the live database, right? We'll just probably do it manually to make sure we don't get any bad data in there right now. All right. But you can sell donor money to your supporters, and we will work with you guys to roll out a campaign I think the thing that makes the most sense is to reach out to people who've already supported you this year and send them a letter saying, hey, thanks. And as an additional thank you, we'd like to offer you some donor money. And it unlocks more funding for us. We're not asking you to write another check. We're just asking you to jump on board into a collaborative ecosystem of positive impact-minded people, and that'll help us. And you'll end up with some donor money in your donor money wallet. And later on, you can donate that to other organizations. From a tax efficiency standpoint in the U.S., it makes sense for the donors to hold it for a year to get the appreciation and value. From the organizational standpoint, we want to make sure donor money starts flowing. So we want you to move a certain amount of your donor money initially. That's kind of our, 2, 3, 4, and 20-30 principles. So get some moving right away, hold some for the longer term. Do we have any more questions? We're almost at time. I appreciate everyone. I hope you guys got a chance to look at that screen. If not, you can go to donor.money. Our main impact ecosystem is IE.money, the letter I, the letter E.money. And I appreciate everyone's time, and I'm not seeing any more questions. So I think I will call that a wrap. Manish, did you have anything to add? Akshay, I saw you jumped in a little late. Appreciate you being here. Akshay is doing some fantastic work with Switch Eco. I'm pronouncing that right, I hope. Switch Eco. I've actually wanted to invest in that company. He's doing some fantastic things, getting tens of thousands of people together to do cleanups in India, and then also coming up with more sustainable products. So a shout out to Akshay. Appreciate you being here. He's bootstrapping so far, so he hasn't taken my money yet. But I'd like to give him some. And thank you, Rona. And we're at time. So, hey, I appreciate everyone's time, and have a great rest of your day. Look at that post with Daniel Schmadenberger. Share it with the friends and family. You guys are awake. You guys are doing your part. We need to get everyone else on board. And I think money's the best way to get the wider masses on board. So with that, I'll leave it, you guys, for the rest of your day. Thank you very much.
Thank you all.